Hello, I'm Sally Crook. I'm the Assistant Chief Constable here in Gloucestershire Constabulary and have been responsible for overseeing the project that has brought us our new custody facility here on the campus next to our headquarters. After the Police and Crime Commissioner was elected, he approved the budget of just over £12.5 million, which has led to us opening this fantastic facility. We've closed a facility in Cheltenham and in Gloucester and are able to benefit from all the efficiencies of bringing our staff and all our services to one place. Ian Thompson, our project manager, will now show you around the building and show you just what a great facility we have.
So this is the first of one of our two van docks. This is the main entrance to the building. So as you come in through any type of vehicle, this is where you're going to come in the first instance. This is the first room you're going to come to when you've just come through from the van docks. This is a UV scanning room. It checks you for certain colorations and misting that you may have on your persons, and it allows us to start the process. This is the first step that every single person will go through. So this is one of 6 holding cells. This is where the detained person will come in the first instance and be held. An officer will be stood outside of this door, and for the detained person there's call holding buttons in here, so if they do need assistance they can press that button at any time. But again, the officer is stood right outside of the door, monitoring over this room whilst it's in use. When you're coming out from the holding cells, you'll come out from the main holding cell door itself, and you'll come into the main hub of the building. Quite an airy space, very light, lots of natural daylight for everyone's usage and benefit. And you'll come up to one of these 5 main charging points. The charge desk here is the big part of the process. If you're a detained person, you'll be stood this side with the officer who's arrested you, and the booking in sergeants and CDOs, the custody detention officers, will be stood that side of the desk asking you various questions. You've got a screen in front of you here, so if you need to see some information, which you will have to look at some point, and sign to accept that that's the information that's relevant to you, that will all come on this screen here, and you'll be given an electronic signature pad to actually sign. The only other thing on this desk is the height measurer, which everyone has to go through. So following the booking in process, the next obvious step is to then go into a cell. All of the corridors you'll see are colour coded. That's to support the officers in charge to make sure if any affray happens, they can immediately get to the right area. As an officer, you'll obviously bring a detained person through to the cells. As I said, we've got 50 cells. All of the cells have got natural daylight in them. That's provided by either a sun tube or windows. The cells themselves are all under CCTV and microphone, so everything is being recorded 24/7. Mattresses and pillows are provided in all cells. Blankets, food, drinks are available on request, as is normal. There are additional lights here, obviously, for during the night, and each cell has got its own toilet and wash-hand basin. So what you're now looking at is the discrete charge area. Now what this means is it's an area specifically for detained persons who have got disabilities or classed as vulnerable. As an officer, you could bring a detained person to this area. It's got direct access from one of our van docks, so if we require segregation in any case, you can gain it through this area. This desk itself is designed for disability and wheelchair users because of the lower desk. Detained persons and the arresting officer will stand this side, with the custody sergeants and CDOs again that side of the desk asking the same questions as they would anywhere else. The purpose of showing you this is to then take you on to look at what is classed as a vulnerable door. And what this door allows is additional viewing. So if you're a juvenile, a vulnerable person, being put into a cell with a standard door can be very intimidating. This door allows you to have that extra viewing level out, so it eases the person inside the cell. It also allows the benefit of constant watches from an officer perspective to be done from outside of the cell through the glazed panel. It does double up as a normal cell if you need it to, just by sliding it across. So this is one of 2 breathalyzer rooms that we've got within this facility. 2 allows us to gain efficiency from an officer perspective and also allows quicker throughput of the detained person. So another part of the process which every single detained person and officer will go through is to get that detained person their picture taken, which is commonly known as the mugshot. This booth here, again, we've got 2 of to allow that throughput and efficiency of officers back out to the streets, but it will take both a ProMat and a unified picture. There's no need to worry about what that means. It just allows us to take pictures in accordance to all the regulations in one go rather than get people back twice. The only other thing that will happen in this room is the old fingerprints, which is the live scan machines. So another part of the process which not all people, but a lot of detained persons will require at some stage of their stay here, is to come and see a nurse. We've got 2 of these rooms, both fully kitted out, where a nurse will be stationed pretty much 24/7. We've got full medical facilities here. We've got fridge freezers for any samples we need to take or any medication that needs to be stored in the correct way. And again, all of these rooms are en suite with their own toilet facilities. Another stage in the process, as a detained person, you've obviously got the right to talk independently of everyone else directly with your solicitor. This is the area where you can do that. We've got 5 of these rooms, consultation rooms, and they're not under audio or CCTV camera to allow you to have that independence with that conversation with the detained person's perspective and their solicitor. You're all very familiar with what an interview room normally looks like. We've got those rooms. We've got rooms with fixed furniture where you've got the good old-fashioned solid tables and solid chairs. But these rooms allow a little bit of variation. So this is classed as a soft furniture room, and it depends on the interview type you as the officer want to conduct. You can see the new equipment we've got here, which is the digital interview recording system. As an officer, this will allow you to downstream immediately your interview rather than put it onto DVDs or videos as we used to do. So the final bit we're seeing here is the custody bridge. This allows the line of sight for the officer in charge of the building to see and use the radial design to look at every aspect of this building. They've got full line of sight of each of the corridors, all of the holding cells in front of them, and I've also got all controls of all the systems that you can see behind me here. This allows them to really understand and manage the building and all of the people within it, both detained persons and officers. The other things to really note about this design is the benefit that it gives both detained persons and the officer. It's a light, airy environment. For those of you that have seen the current estate that we have at the moment within Gloucester, Stroud and Cheltenham, this is very far away from what we've got now. The benefits are here for all to see. And we've tried to really think about this building and design the building around the process, not the process around the building.
So thanks to Ian for showing us around. You will have seen now we've got an excellent modern facility. It will enable us to be efficient, effective and get our officers back out on patrol as soon as possible. We're very proud of this facility. It will enable us to give the best possible service to the people of Gloucestershire for many years to come.